Someone told me something a long time ago about money and about character. I'm going to tell you what they said. I'll share it with you. He said, money and status will take you places and put you in situations where your character cannot sustain you. And I'm going to say it one more time. He told me that money and status can take you places and put you in situations where your character will not sustain you. This story here about this Sassy Trucker chick that went over to Dubai and got arrested for yelling was everywhere a couple of days ago. And it seems that we've gotten a little bit more information about it now. And we're going to go over that today. But I just want to share with y'all what happens when you don't mind your surroundings, right? Everybody wants to go over to Dubai. What is that? I mean, that's like the popular thing to do. I get it, sort of. All the models, if you go on Instagram, you'll see a long list of models who more than likely have one or two pictures on every page of them in Dubai, right? So Dubai is the it place. It's the place to be, right? And here's the thing that I don't understand. There are other places to go. Here's the other thing I don't understand. Why would you go somewhere where you don't fully understand their laws? So this chick here, Sassy Trucker, I'm not one to judge, but the name kind of says all. But anyway, this chick here, I got her TikTok page pulled up. I've got her TikTok page pulled up here. Sassy Trucker, real name Tiara Allen. I believe she's from Texas or somewhere. I'm not sure. And she basically video blogs her daily life or her life as a trucker and what it's like being a female trucker at that, which is something that's pretty unique, right? You don't really see that too often, female truckers, but it's becoming more mainstream. It's becoming more popular because of videos and pages like this one. And you know, she's a nice looking lady. She looks pretty young lady. However, as the name would suggest, Sassy Trucker, she took her sassy ass across international lines. And here's what I don't understand. I do not understand why y'all think, and when I say y'all, I'm talking to black females in particular, because this is a glaring problem, or women actually in particular, because this is a glaring problem with y'all. Why do y'all think that you can take your American privilege and just take it everywhere you go? Why would you take your ass across international lines, across international countries, and across the borders of countries that you don't understand? You don't have any clue about their laws. You don't have an understanding about how they operate. Why would you take your ass over there and flaunt your American privilege? See, that's one thing that they don't tell y'all about Dubai. That's one thing that they don't tell y'all about Dubai. Dubai is not a place that fucks around. Didn't know that. I had no idea that you could go over to Dubai and get arrested for simply yelling as a woman, raising your voice. I had no idea. No idea. But we're going to get into it. So this is her page here, Sassy Trucker 1. And, you know, she's got a couple videos up. But let's get into the story, which is on TSR, Shade Room. So let's get into the story of what happened so that you all can see for yourself.
A very aggressive individual, a young man there who was screaming at her.
Baxter says her 29-year-old daughter ultimately yelled back at the rental car agent, she says, resulting in her being charged for screaming there in Dubai.
And so she is in jail for one reason and one reason alone. She raised her voice. In that country, a female is not even allowed to raise her voice. If she raises her voice, it's punishable by jail time.
It's been very emotional.
You hear what he said? He said, if you go into that country and you're female and you raise your voice, you can be detained for simply raising your voice. Let's read more of the story. A fun trip to Dubai has turned into a nightmare for a 29-year-old Houston woman. Tiara Young Allen has been detained in the luxurious city of Dubai for over 2 months after being charged with the crime of screaming in public. According to Tiara's mother, Tina Baxter, things went left for her daughter after she was a passenger in a friend's rental car and they got into an accident. So she wasn't even driving. She wasn't even driving. She was hanging out the passenger side of her best friend's ride. Right? Tina says that when her daughter went to the rental car company to retrieve her ID, credit card, and other items left in the car, she was told that she could only receive her belongings if she paid an undisclosed amount of money. That's apparently when things began to escalate. She dealt with a very aggressive individual, a young man there who was screaming at her, Tina explained. These are Tina's words. Okay? Tiara ultimately screamed back, resulting in her being charged. In our opinion, she did not commit a crime, says communivist Quanell X. That was the gentleman that you saw there standing there. Very, very well known in the Texas, Houston community as a public activist. And he usually steps into situations like this. But listen, he says, don't punish women for doing the same thing a man can do in Dubai. It's not fair. It's not right. My thing is, how you going to tell another country what to do? You don't get to do that. You don't get to go over to another country and tell them how to operate their laws, how to operate their community, how to structure their living. You don't get to do that. I don't care about, they don't give a shit about what's fair and what's right over here according to American standard. They don't care about that. And y'all need to understand that when y'all going across countries and y'all going across international lines, going into places that you have no idea about their government, you need to understand that they don't care about your American privilege. They don't care. You can go over there flaunting that shit if you want to, and you're going to end up just like her. Now she's detained. They took her passport. She can't go nowhere until this is resolved. Now, the story says the gentleman that she was talking to at the rental agency was the one who puffed up and got busy, got active, right? But come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. How many of y'all believe that? How many of y'all believe that Tiara Allen walked into that rental agency and just had the most calmest demeanor? She was calm. She was polite. She was soft-spoken, very feminine. How many of y'all believe that? So y'all believe that she just went up to this rental agency to get her items and that she was just like a little baby lamb. And all of a sudden, this man just started going off irate for no reason. Y'all don't believe that. Y'all don't believe that. Y'all don't believe that. Now, what he said was, hold on, wait a minute. Let's go back. Let's go back for a second. Because today, I believe there was another post that was released with a little bit more information that we may have missed. Here it is, right here. Update. Dubai authorities reject claims that Houston truck driver was detained for screaming in public. Dubai authorities have issued a statement to the nationalnews.com rejecting claims that Houston truck driver and influencer Tiara Young Allen is being detained for simply yelling in public. The Dubai Police General Command firmly denies allegations made in some stories circulating in the media that an American woman was arrested merely for yelling in public. The reports present a completely distorted picture of the case. Dubai police received a complaint from a car rental office accusing her of slandering and defaming an employee amidst a dispute over car rental fees. The individual was questioned as per legal procedures and subsequently released pending the resolution of ongoing legal proceedings between her and the car rental office. And listen, I understand she was upset because that absolutely sounds like extortion. Right? Because the story as it goes is she went to go pick up her items and they told her, you can get your items, but you got to pay a fee for it, which is extortion, right? We're holding your shit. And the only way you can get your shit back is if you pay this fee, you pay these fines. Now, she could have simply just paid the fines. But now she decided she was going to turn into the strong black woman and go off the rails like she does here in the States, I'm sure. Because it's cool here. There's no consequences here in the States for that type of behavior. But over there, they don't fuck around with you. They're not about to play with you. Who you think you are? You cannot do that over there. Cornell X said that that is a country that operates off of theocracy. And I took the liberty of pulling up theocracy so that we can all understand what theocracy means. Theocracy, a system of government in which priests rule in the name of God or a god. Let me read that again. A system of government in which priests rule in the name of God or a god. There is no legislative government over there. That's not what you're getting when you go to Dubai, baby. They're not fucking around with that. Let's look further. What is an example of theocracy? Theocracy countries include Vatican City, Yemen, Saudi Arabia, Sudan, Iran, and Afghanistan. Y'all going into places that operate under laws of Afghanistan that are akin to Afghanistan and Saudi Arabia? Y'all know how they get down over there? Do y'all understand how they get down over there? I don't think y'all do. Let's read further. A theocracy is a government operating under divine rule or the pretense of divine rule. The origin of the word theocracy, they're telling you right here. A theocracy is a government operating under divine rule or the pretense of, you know what that says? Let's look further. Here, let's look at the politics of Saudi Arabia. Right here in the very first line. The politics of Saudi Arabia takes place in the context of a unitary, absolute monarchy. An absolute monarchy is a form of monarchy in which the monarch rules in his or her own right or power. In an absolute monarchy, the king or queen is by no means limited and has absolute power. Absolute power. That means one person makes the decisions over here. Meaning nobody's coming to your aid, little miss. Nobody's coming to your aid. One person over here decides what happens to you. One person decides the rules and laws and regulations that happen over here. You got to understand that when you travel into these places and that you don't understand. Y'all need to look this shit up. It's real. It's not a game over there. They're not fucking with y'all. An absolute monarchy. That is how they operate. Theocracy. They don't care nothing about your American privilege and your American laws and where you come from. They don't care nothing about that. Y'all can't just walk into these people's countries acting any kind of way you act. You want to because that's what you're used to over here. Because I know good and goddamn well that girl didn't walk in there polite and sweet as all pie, humble pie, and talk to them people at the desk. I know she didn't. I know she didn't for a fact. They just said it right there. Y'all lying. Y'all want to paint this girl as if she was just some little unfortunate victim of circumstance. No. If she hadn't puffed up and just paid the fines, hey, you got into some shit over there, pay your fine so you can get the hell out of there and get home. But now you're detained. And they're saying she could face prison time. 1 to 2 years. Off of yelling, off of raising your voice. Because you didn't want to pay a fine. You wanted to get active with the people there. Are you crazy? You know what they could do to you over there? They could disappear your ass and nobody would ever find you. That's insane to walk into foreign territory and act this way and not have any type of idea or thought as to the repercussions and consequences of your actions. That's crazy to me. Absolutely nuts. Mind your surroundings, man. Mind your surroundings. Nobody care. They don't care about your money over there. They don't care about what you got. Money can take you places where your character cannot and will not sustain you. And her character did not sustain her in that situation. That's why she's over there detained.